The fire within you should burn brighter than the fire around you. Greetings, beautiful soul, and welcome to my channel, The Optimist Hub. My name is Yanga, and today's video, let's talk about igniting the fire within. Now, this is a beautiful quote that I once came across a couple of years ago, a quote by Joshua Graham. I remember when I saw this quote, it was actually very, intriguing. I wanted to know more about this fire that is within, that should burn brighter than the fire around. And what is this fire? And so I had to obviously sit and do some introspection with self and define what the fire is for me. And I think this is what the quote means, is that as well, the fire really simply speaks to your drive, your passion, your desires, your dreams, your visions, your ideas, whatever it is that you feel called to do and to be, whatever it is that is really burning and bubbling inside of you, that is the fire, and that we need to keep the fire burning, that the fire within us should be brighter than the fire around us. So the fire around would be the external factors or challenges that we may encounter, or obstacles that we may encounter, such as being judged, or the fear of perception, or the fear of success, or fear of failure, whatever it is that is external, that we may fear, because I suppose really the fire around simply speaks to things that are outside of our control, right? And so this quote for me is saying that we need to lean into our own fire that is burning inside of us. If you don't have the fire, which I don't believe there's anyone out there who doesn't have a single inkling of passion or desire or dream, right? But if there are, it is time to now start, picking up the wood, taking the matchsticks, and burning that wood so we can create the fire. We need to take intentional steps. We need to make intentional moves. We need to take inspired action towards the dreams of vision idea. We need to lean into self and really introspect and say, okay, what is it that really tickles my fancy? What is it that would spark the fire, right? But if you already have the passion, you're aware of your dreams and desires, but the fire is now starting to die out a little bit because of whatever life happens, okay? Life happens, challenges, obstacles standing in our own way. It is now time to reignite that fire. It is time to bring back the spark, to fuel the soul, right? Because the fire within really is the fuel. It is a driving force, right? That is the fire that is living within. And we ought to really lean into that fire. We really need to keep it alive, right? We need to keep the fire alive by leaning into our gifts and talents, using those as instruments to, bring to life our dreams, to continue fulfilling the vision that lies within, to also really continue driving the passion and the desire to be, a version of self that is living in its truth and living in what it is called to be, to do, right? And so basically, we need to really be very passionate. We need to be very passionate about this fire that is burning inside of us, right? It should burn not only inside, but also through us as well. Through our actions, through the things we do, the things we say, right? This passion should leave a trail, right? Also, this fire really simply refers to the inner courage. We need to keep that courage burning. We need to keep it alive. The inner strength, the confidence, the desire to just really become the best version of self. That is the fire, right? That is within us. And so do not be afraid to allow the fire within you burn. And I think oftentimes people are, obviously afraid to step into their greatness, step into their potential, because they don't really know what's waiting for them on the other side. And really it is the fear of uncertainty. But understand that fear is courage waiting to happen. Fear is courage waiting to happen. And so we need to keep that fire within us burning, so that the courage, the confidence, the inner strength fuels us, and it drives us to relentlessly pursue our dreams, to lean into our passions and let them live through us, because we are vessels. We are meant to bring to life that which we have been called to do and to be. And so we need to obviously be cognizant of the fact that yes, there are fires around us. The fire could be the obstacles and challenges. Again, these need not to be greater or bigger than the fire that burns within. Instead, let's look at challenges as something that is necessary in the journey. There's no path that is smooth, right? There are peaks and troughs, right? Life is not linear, right? And so we need to be cognizant of the fact that the challenges are meant to mold you. They're meant to shape you. They're meant to build your character. That is an essential step and a thing that is necessary. So yes, we want a smooth journey. We want life to go our way, but be cognizant of the fact that there may be challenges, but these are necessary for us to actually be molded into the versions of self that are necessary. We need to be ripe. We need to be seasoned for the next phase of our lives. And so these certain obstacles, let's not see them as something that is there to destroy us, but instead we could use it as a stepping stone, right? Essentially, that's where it's at. So, beautiful soul, let us ignite the fire within. Let us reignite the fire within. Let us keep the fire alive and burning. And the best way to keep the fire alive is to actually step into your purpose, is to live your purpose and your truth. It is to allow yourself to be used by your gifts and talents. Let's keep the fire burning. Do not lose hope. Do not lose faith. Your higher self is waiting for you on the other side. Keep that fire burning. And with that said, beautiful soul, may goodness and grace lead you to greater heights of success. Namaste.